Good evening, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us this evening. When we kicked off this process last November to develop a single cohesive vision for the next generation of the public spaces in the heart of downtown Providence, I don't think we could have imagined where we've ended up over these past 6 months. This evening, we are really excited to share with you the evolution of the design that we started last year and we've been refining through the winter and spring. This plan really humanizes Greater Kennedy Plaza. And what I mean by that is that the plan makes this area more people-oriented. It enhances our civic life and our human experience of the space. It brings places of respite and shade. It brings trees, vegetation, and nature to the city center. The plan brings activity and fun and joy, and that's something we've really been talking a lot about, how to bring public joy into our public life together. It brings opportunity for expression and performance and gatherings of all sizes and configurations. It presents a model of how to confront the reality of climate change and adapt for the next generation. This plan also really has contemplated and now offers a model of what public spaces can and should be in this post-pandemic moment, and in this time of acknowledging, reckoning, and addressing structural inequality in our community. It contemplates who public space is designed by, who it's designed for, and how it welcomes and provides a sense of belonging for everyone. Behind the scenes, I have to say also this plan is really built on an incredible foundation of research and data, from the microclimate impacts of sun and wind and shade on different parts of Kennedy Plaza at different times of day and months of the year, to sea level rise projections and analysis. Also behind the scenes, there's a corollary to this design, which is a detailed operations and maintenance plan. So I just want to thank you all for being part of the process. Hundreds of you have been attending these meetings. We've collected well over 1,000 comments. So thank you for your participation and for your honest feedback along the way. There's a direct thread from the comments we've received to the themes of the project, to the design itself. And honestly, it's just been really thrilling to see it come together. So thank you. Before we turn it over to the design team, I'd like to invite Mayor Elorza to say a few words. Mayor Elorza, so glad you could join us tonight.
Great, thank you, Bonnie. I think Bonnie, you laid the framework out so well. I just want to say two things. The first is that this is our third public session. I see many people who have participated in this, participating today once again. You've been very generous with your time and with your suggestions. We deeply appreciate it, and we want you to know that we've incorporated as much as humanly possible of your input into this plan. The second thing, as I mentioned each of the previous two times, has been that I've lived here in Providence my whole life, and downtown has always seemed like a world in and of itself. For people who live throughout our city, they just have never had that connection to downtown. So in the past, when we've made investments in that downtown Kennedy Plaza space, it has never felt like an investment that we're making in the residents of the rest of the city. But this is our attempt to have every resident throughout the city feel connected to, welcome, and a part of having ownership over our central space in Kennedy Plaza. So what we're doing here is really, being that force that brings people together in a time where the forces that bring us apart, that tear us apart, seem to be as strong as ever. So thank you so much for your time, for your participation, and I hope you enjoy where we've landed. Thank you, everyone.